She doesn't want to be seen on camera, but I'm just looking at her right now.
It turns out that all Kelly Ripa needed to do to fit into her Oscars dress was eat like Mark Consuelos for 3 days. On Monday's episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, Ripa spoke about how she struggled to fit into her gown for the Academy Awards. So right before the Academy Awards, I was having trouble getting my dress zipped up the side. It was a side zip dress, and I kept getting zipped into the dress, Ripa said. I don't know if any women have experienced having your side skin zipped into your dress. It is a punishing thing. To help Ripa get red carpet ready, Consuelo suggested she follow his high-protein diet. It's the only time I've listened to Mark about my diet because I typically don't like to do what you're doing, Ripa said. I just find you're way too disciplined. I can't live that way, but she didn't mind giving it a shot if it's just for 72 hours, Ripa said, adding that some of the foods she ate included steak, yogurt, and vegetables. I didn't love it because I'm not big on animal protein. I don't love it, but I ate exactly how you told me to eat, and that dress zipped right up, no side skin, Ripa said, and I look super fit. Super fit. So thank you for that. Consuelos added that increasing protein should go hand in hand with meeting daily fiber needs. It's crucial for maintaining a healthy gut microbiome and may lower the rates of chronic disease such as diabetes, Consuelos said. Protein helps build lean muscle mass, boosts immunity, and is good for weight loss. The latest dietary guidelines for Americans, published by the United States Department of Agriculture, recommend 14 grams of dietary fiber for every 1,000 calories consumed. This amounts to 22 to 28 grams daily for adult women and 28 to 34 grams daily for adult men, depending on their age range. Dietitians previously told Business Insider that salmon, shrimp, and black beans are high-protein foods that can be beneficial to include in a weight loss diet. Eating a lot of protein isn't usually harmful, but it can mean you're not getting enough of other important nutrients. Most athletes that I talk to are eating too much protein because they think eating more protein means building more muscle, sports dietitian Nancy Clark told By. It's actually the carbs that fuel muscle. All the protein they're eating displaces the carbs that are needed to fuel the muscles. Representatives for Ripa and Consuelos did not immediately respond to requests for comment sent by outside regular hours. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever looked at a celebrity and wondered, how do they do it? Especially when it comes to those red carpet events, like the Oscars? Well, today we're diving into a super relatable and frankly hilarious story about Kelly Ripa and her pre-Oscars prep. She admitted to a rather unconventional diet strategy that involved eating like her husband, Mark Consuelos, for 3 days. Yes, you heard that right. And the reason? To fit into the dress. We're talking about real-life insights into celebrity health and wellness. And trust me, you won't want to miss what we've uncovered. So, imagine this. The Oscars are just around the corner. You've got your gown picked out, but there's just one tiny hurdle making sure it fits perfectly. For Kelly Ripa, this meant a unique approach that she shared on Live with Kelly and Mark. She described how, for 3 days, she essentially mirrored Mark's eating habits. Now, what does eating like Mark actually entail? Apparently, a lot of protein and less of the things Kelly usually gravitates towards. She even joked about how it's hard to find a man who doesn't like his food. This wasn't about drastic calorie restriction, but more about shifting her macronutrient intake to align with her husband's more active and probably higher calorie diet. This anecdote really highlights the pressure celebrities face for these high-profile events. It's not just about looking good. It's about feeling confident and comfortable in front of millions. And while Kelly's method might sound quirky, it sparked a lot of conversation about quick fixes versus sustainable celebrity health and wellness practices. Let's break down what might have been happening here. When you change your diet, even for a short period, especially if you're reducing things like refined carbohydrates and increasing protein, your body can respond quite quickly. You might experience less bloating and feel lighter. This isn't necessarily about significant weight loss, but more about how your body processes different types of food. Mark, being quite muscular, likely consumes a diet rich in lean protein to support his physique. By adopting a similar approach, Kelly might have been aiming to reduce water retention and achieve a more toned appearance, rather than losing a substantial amount of weight in just 3 days. We often hear about extreme diets and workout routines in Hollywood, but Kelly's story offers a glimpse into a more personal and somewhat experimental approach. It's a reminder that even celebrities have their own little tricks and challenges when preparing for big events. And let's be honest, who hasn't tried something a little unconventional when trying to fit into a special outfit? But beyond the initial chuckle, this raises an important point about how we approach our own health goals. Is a 3-day diet sustainable? Probably not for long-term diet and fitness tips, but as a short-term strategy for a very specific goal, like fitting into an Oscars dress, it certainly worked for Kelly. It's all about context, isn't it? She wasn't promoting this as a long-term solution, but as a temporary adjustment. Think about the psychological aspect too. Sometimes a change of pace, even a short one, can create a mental shift that helps us feel more in control and focused. And having a partner like Mark, who likely has a consistent and healthy eating pattern, could have provided a template for her to follow. It's almost like a mini reset button. Now, we're not advocating for you to suddenly start eating exactly like your partner for 3 days before your next big event. Everybody is different, and what works for one person might not work for another. However, it does open up a conversation about mindful eating and understanding how different foods affect your body. Perhaps the biggest takeaway here is the importance of understanding portion control and the impact of different food groups on how we feel and how our clothes fit. This story also reminds us that celebrities, despite their glamorous lives, face similar pressures and insecurities as everyone else when it comes to looking their best. It humanizes them, making their struggles and their strategies relatable. And it certainly gives us something to chat about around the water cooler, or, in this case, in the comments section. What are your thoughts on Kelly's strategy? Have you ever tried something similar to fit into a special outfit? Let us know below. We love hearing your experiences and perspectives on these kinds of health and lifestyle stories. That's all for today's deep dive into Kelly Ripa's pre-Oscars diet. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more celebrity health insights, diet and fitness tips, and fascinating lifestyle stories. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.